You didn't think I wouldn't cover this, did you? Not me. No, hello you guys. This is Graphically Alex coming at you with all things fat related. If that's something that interests you, please subscribe. I'd love to have you. So today we're going to look at Anna O'Brien, aka Glitter and Lasers. So she is in hot water currently for having this really bad take. I'm just gonna say, I know with Anna, you kind of have to come out as really against her, or her haters kind of go a little crazy. So I have to say, in this situation, I am very much against her to start with. So just so you guys can be okay. um, Now, before I get started reacting to these clips of her, if you guys don't know, she basically had a meltdown over the fact that somebody complimented her while she was running, supposedly, at a trail. So I want to go ahead and just start out the gate and say, I don't necessarily take Anna seriously. I don't know if she's losing weight, if she's not losing weight. It's confusing. You know, I don't advise on saying that you're losing weight online at all if you're not willing to share the numbers. That's my advice. I do share the numbers on this channel. If you guys want to see my other videos, I do actually talk about the numbers. I talk about how far I've come. I talk about when I'm losing, when I'm gaining, etc. I put it all out there. Because part of what I do here is I'm trying to honestly disprove the narrative of fat acceptance by showing my weight loss publicly. That's one of the biggest things I'm doing to fight fat acceptance. So what I want to do is go ahead and say all that. I don't know if she's losing or not. I don't know what this is, but I still want to use this situation as an example of somebody who may be losing and kind of speak to that perspective as well and talk from my experiences as somebody who's lost 80 pounds of fat since summer of 2022. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's hear it.
So I just stopped my run to have a little cry in this beautiful area, and I'm crying for a silly reason. Somebody stopped me on the trail while I was walking, just doing my cool down. I was doing like intervals today, so like I walk in between, and she's like, "Good job getting out there," and it just felt so dehumanizing. It felt so shitty, and I just am having a bad day anyway. I came out here to run to try to feel better, and I know this person was well intentioned, but man, it felt shitty. It felt really bad.
Okay, so first and foremost, I want to say that within a weight loss journey, let's say she is losing weight. Okay, I know, huge asterisk. I already said that to all the haters. Huge asterisk. Let's say she was trying to lose weight. Okay, what I want to say is there are going to be times where you're extremely emotional on a weight loss journey. The other thing that I want to say is YouTube, online, internet is a bit of a shark tank. It's tough, okay? So, what I mean by that is there's a huge difference between sharing a story of an emotional issue you had versus having an emotional issue online, okay? This within the internet and within this type of connotation, in my opinion, it would work much better if she were to say in a future video, had she lost the weight. I remember one time I was on a trail and I felt really upset that somebody said this because blah, blah, and blah. How crazy was that? That would be a lot better of a way to talk about something like this, because there are going to be times during a weight loss journey when you lose fat, it does release hormones. There are issues, you know, it affects your emotions, especially from such a huge size. And I know that because I have, you know, I am still super morbidly obese, but I have been even bigger. Like I said, I'm 80 pounds down from where I was in terms of actual fat loss, gained 10 pounds of muscle. So 70 pounds overall, but yeah. I count the fat pounds because I do it by body fat percentage. But anyways, so in terms of that, what you have is hormones are released. You can feel crazy sometimes. Okay, you can cry a lot. I always describe the feeling of weight loss as a breakup. It feels like a breakup. It's this weird thing. You just feel like it all the time, like sometimes stronger, sometimes weaker, but it does kind of color your emotions in that sort of darkened way, as if you were going through a breakup. Especially as an emotional person, which a lot of overweight people that are very, very overweight are very emotional. That's partly how people can develop things like BED, is through being extremely emotional. That I'm just saying there's a high correlation. I'll put it to you that way. So it's somewhat common. That being said, there's this thing where you shouldn't necessarily dump on everyone else, because people will not understand where you're coming from. I can understand, Anna, but most people don't, because it sounds crazy. You were complimented, you should feel happy that you were complimented, or at least neutral. But your emotions are out of control, supposedly, again, taking it with a grain of salt because it's Anna. And I would just say, a little bit of awareness, especially as a public person, it could help. Okay. Let's go ahead and see her next video.
I already know I'm going to get a ton of DMs being like, she's well-intentioned, but you know what? I am about to start my period. I'm hormonal AF.
Okay, so if that's the case, maybe you should know that and maybe not share this. Okay, that's an honest opinion. If it's just a weird feeling that you're having, then maybe you shouldn't share it. Just a thought. Or at the very least, you got to be able to, I guess, take the hate, if you want to put it out there. She deleted this, so just saying.
I'm going to be really honest here. That woman saw me and assumed that I was entirely out of shape and that it was my first day on the trail, and that's because she has preconceived views of what a plus-size body is and is not able to do. And as a person who's out here every freaking day trying to change that perspective, it's frustrating that it's still so ingrained in our society.
Okay, this is where she goes full-blown fat acceptance. And this is also why I'm making this video. This is horrible, Anna. Like, I don't know if you're lying. I don't know if you're trolling. I don't know if you really believe this. I don't really know. But whatever it is, you need to get a grip. Okay, this is ridiculous. It is not a preconceived notion. If somebody says, good job for getting out there, what they're basically saying is, it's awesome that you're out there. It's awesome that you're exercising. It's awesome that you're doing this. You're hearing this from a super extroverted person that's just on the trail, trying to have a cheerful day, trying to spread positivity or encouragement. And that's really all it is. I doubt that she even thought that deeply about your size. I doubt that she even thought that deeply about anything in regards to you. I think it was just, hey, I'm out here doing this. Hey, you're out here doing this. That's great.
Y'all are not going to believe this. So, I'm walking on the trail, and I pass that lady again. And she stops me. I don't even think she realizes she's already seen me. And she goes, waves, and is like, good job. And I'm like, do I know you? And she goes, I don't think so. And I was like, well, you're acting like someone who knows me. And if you knew me, you'd know that I'm on this trail all the time, so it's really not that exciting.
Okay, so I don't see how being really rude and annoying is helping the situation at all. It's not that deep whatsoever. I think Anna needs to understand that she's not the center of the universe and that people are just living their lives. This woman that is saying, hey, awesome that you're out here, she's not thinking that deeply about this. I'm sorry. You're coming across as extremely unhinged. You're giving unhinged ex-girlfriend energy to a stranger. And I'm telling you that if you were to see this, just because I want you to be more self-aware of what you're coming across as. This is insane. This is extremely grating. Very, very rude for no reason. As somebody who's super fat, I'm sure you understand there are people that are actually nasty to you. I dealt with some shit. The attention was not always great when I was bigger. But sometimes having attention is better than having nothing, you know, and I've had nothing for quite a while now. It's kind of, you know. So I'm kind of like, whatever now. I'm just kind of used to it. But in terms of like, yeah, like regardless, if you're noticeable, there's people that love you and there's people that hate you, especially online. And I know there's people who are so much worse to her than this woman. This is so theatrical. This is so ridiculous. It's just, I don't even, I can't. It's ridiculous.
So now you know. And then I just took off running. I am so petty, but in the most delightful way ever. You can be nice and a bad bitch.
Okay. So I want to know your guys' opinion. Do you take her seriously or do you not? Do you think that this is like just to get views and outrage? I understand that she does delete these things afterwards, which does definitely make it seem like it's not intentional or it's not a, you know, a PR stunt for YouTube. But it is weird, I guess. I guess it could be a sign of mental health issues or what I've called on here the hypohaze, you know. It's kind of hypohaze behavior. But a lot of people question her sobriety, and I kind of do too. I question a lot of things about her. I think she's, I don't know. You know, the clown show has come to town sometimes with her. And this was really bad, in my opinion. This is a huge disaster. I just have to say, you know, I know people want to hear that. They want me to denounce. I do. I think this is awful. I think this is extremely cringy, fat acceptance takes that are shoehorned into a situation so hard that you can barely even understand it. That's how bad it is. And all I can say is, I understand that being super morbidly obese is horrible. I completely understand it. But the only way out is through your own behavior and your intrinsic motivation. And that's tough. It is hard. But people do respect it if you actually try. They do. You know, I've had, in my mid-fat invisibility era, I've had some pretty diehard supporters on my channel and people who really, really care about the issue and on here, and I've appreciated that respect and support so much because most people will be on your side if you're trying to do something about it. Except for, of course, body positivity and and fat acceptance, which I will fight. But you're being fat acceptance here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Gavel slammed. Judgment complete. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like it, please subscribe, and I will see you guys again very soon. Bye.